Welcome back, drinks fans. Thank you very much for tuning in to yet another one of my videos. I hope you all had a great Christmas, just for shooting this in between Christmas and New Year. So just wanted to do a little check-in. I've had a few questions, a few little comments. But first off, I'd like to say a big welcome to all my new subscribers. I've had quite a few subscribers over the last few days, so welcome. Quite a few names that I sort of recognise from previous events, so thanks for coming back to me, thanks for checking me out. Make sure if you are new, make sure you hit that little bell button on my YouTube channel. That gives you notifications every time I upload videos. Has been a little bit sporadic over the last couple of weeks, but when we get into the new year, it will be every Wednesday and every Friday, roughly about 7:30. That's when the videos will go live. But in this video today, I've had a few comments, a few private messages on Instagram about one of my drinks in my last video, my Christmas drinks, and it was all about the vermouth. So I just wanted to do a little video today to tell you a little bit more about vermouth and how you should drink it and all this kind of thing. So that's what today's video is about. My question of the video, as I always do one, have you ever heard of vermouth? Do you know what vermouth is? Do you drink vermouth at home? And how do you drink it? That's what I want to know. So stick that in the comments below. Let me know. Right, vermouth. What is vermouth? Vermouth is essentially a fortified wine. Okay, so we take a normal Spain, Italy, France, those kind of places. We take a normal wine. We fortify it, predominantly sometimes with brandy to make it that little bit stronger and make it last a bit longer. And then they add loads of kind of herbs and aromatics to it, and it gives you, as people would just, people think martini is actually a category. It's not. It's a vermouth. Martini is just the brand. Okay, it's a brand of Italian vermouth. That's what it is in a nutshell. And we've got loads of vermouths on the market these days. It's martini in. It's been around since the year dot. It was one of those first things that we kind of had behind the bar. You know, my first pub job. Now, let me know. There's a lot of people that come to me and say, "Well, I really don't like vermouth." The chances are that you are drinking a gone off vermouth. Now, it's fortified. It's not going to go off like wine after a couple of days, but it is eventually going to go off after a few weeks, a few months, depending on the quality of the vermouth. Now, lots of pubs and bars will have this on their back bar, and it might be there for a year, it might be there for 6 months, it might be there for 2 years. I promise you it will be way past its best, and that is why you don't like it. Vermouth, as it's a wine, as it's a fortified wine, should be kept nice and chilled, fridge, like sherries should be. You know, keep it in the fridge nice and cool, and it will prolong that shelf life. It will give you a good few months. And you know, pros are going to come at me. No, it's gone past its best after a few weeks. Look, it's going to last you for a good few months, but it isn't going to last you 6, 7, 8 months or anything like that. It's going to be a couple of months, and that's when it's gone past its best. Now, let me talk you through some brands. There will be some brands, as I said. We've got Martini. We've obviously got their Rosso, their Bianco, and we've got their extra dry as well. That's their 3 sort of signature vermouths. Cinzano, that's a vermouth as well. Lily has been my go-to over the previous few years. As James Bond made that famous Kina Lily Casino Royale, I think it may have been, with his Vesper Martini. And with Noilly Prat, that's another big famous one. That's probably what, that and Lillet are probably what the big cocktail bars use down there. However, vermouth kind of changed this brand right here, Lustal. I met these guys 2 years ago at Imbibe, one of our big bar shows, and that changed the whole vermouth planet for me, because I instantly fell in love with this. Now, as I say, vermouth is that kind of wine. It is a wine base fortified with brandy and stuff like that. You've also got port, sherry. They are fortified wines as well. They're not vermouths, but they're fortified wines. They're made stronger. Okay. Now, with these are vermouths. These are sherry-based vermouths from Spain, obviously. And the big thing, and I'm going to talk to you mainly about that. That is a cracking. It takes martinis to a whole new level. Gin, that I promise you, it's going to be so much better than your normal martini or anything like that. But I'm talking gin martinis, that kind of thing. However, it's the Rosso, the Rojo, sorry, that I fell in love with. It's say sherry based. It's cracking. My price is about 15 quid. I think your price is probably about 20 quid. I'll drop links in the show notes where you can get that from. Drinkshop.com and Amazon. It's actually on Amazon there. But there's this whole thing, obviously Vermouths you're kind of known as Negronis and the martini culture and that kind of thing, and that does take Negronis to a whole new level. If you like your Negronis, your Campari and your gin, try it with that, because that is absolutely fantastic. However, the drink that got people's attentions was my Rojo and tonic. Now I use Double Dutch's cranberry tonic. That is was one of my Christmas go-tos. But I just want you to kind of play around with this, because this vermouth and tonic is such a lovely drink. And for this one in particular, I've done exactly the same thing to show you how versatile it is. I've got Franklin's and Sons rhubarb tonic there, rhubarb and hibiscus. And I tell you what, that in itself is an absolutely cracking drink. I've just taken this through to Mummy Barman. She has just loved this. That's her bottle, that's not mine. But she fell in love with this. She was drinking this on Christmas Day. It is such a great drink. And you get those kind of little bits of herbs and spices, a bit of wormwood coming through there, orange peel, cinnamon, cloves, not cloves, coriander, the devil. You've got those kind of things. So many different herbs and spices go into making vermouths. So that's this video. I kind of wanted to tell you a bit more vermouth. I'm not a vermouth expert. I'm not going to go into ultra detail for you, but I want to urge you to try this, because if you want to kind of fit in with the gin and tonic crowd, but you're not a gin fan, and you want to drink something slightly less alcoholic. I mean, these are 15%, 15. Okay, is that the same? Martini, what's martini? They're all 15%. Okay, so slightly less alcohol in there, but they just, this, you know, flips, that and that flips on very simple sangria. That's kind of what it tastes like. As I say, you've got that sherry-based vermouth there. It's just extraordinary. So I hope you like that. I hope that's given you a bit more insight to vermouth. I want to urge you to try vermouth this year. Go and grab a bottle. Start off with martini, and for me it's a little bit bitter, and I do like the kind of robust sherry that goes behind those two. But just play about. Lillet is a great brand as well, but for me it's going to be about Lustal. I've used this now for a good year, if not longer, 18 months or so now. So that's this video. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to make my Mai Tai, cocktail, rum-based cocktail. That's coming up in the next video. I've got quite a few more videos planned. I want to give a shout out to, I've got to get this the right way round, 8past10. Sorry, I don't know your name, but you gave me a cracking idea for a video, trying out these different dehydrated fruits in different gins to see what they taste like, to see what happens to the gins. So we've got loads of different stuff coming up. We're going to get into the new year, do loads more gin reviews as well, and focus on a bit more rum. So that's coming up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done already, and I will see you next time, as I say, when I'm going to be showing you how to make my Mai Tai.